in this video we're going to talk about separation, okay? And so some people say, oh, this is kind of complicated. Not really, okay? Not really. Separation just means that your upper rib cage and your lower hips and spine are going to be in different areas, right? Okay? So, if I hold my hips towards the camera and I put my rib cage over here, there's my base, there's this. These have separated over there. I think the real technical term might be trunk dissociation. Trunk dissociation, meaning taking your trunk, okay, and dissociating it with your hips or something. Separation is easier to think about, okay? So let's look at what happens when I take the club in and up and prepare for launch, okay? So when I get the club in and up and prepared for launch, right, pelvic rotation will be in here about 45 degrees, right? There was the ball, it'll turn over about 45. What about my swing center, okay? That's gonna rotate in here, and this is gonna be setting over here about 90, okay? So now we have this thing where this is 90 degrees from the ball, and this is 45. So separation is, when I start to apply the speed, how do I keep the right relationship, right? Because you have to have the 45 in front of the 90, right? You have to keep your pelvis coming in front of your 90, right? Okay, and so there's impact position right there, okay? So my pelvis in impact position will be further rotated forward, right? It's gonna be rotated in front of the ball. Whew, that was a weird one for me. You mean to tell me, I have to rotate this in front to hit it straight? That felt weird because this felt correct, but that won't work, right? So this right here, my base is 45 right here, there, that's there, and then there's impact right there. So there's my base, there's the separation, okay, at impact, right? At impact. So what's the problem is, what if you are slow coming off the ground, with your hips and your pelvis over here, then what happens? This comes past, right? This comes past, this spins out, now you start pulling across it, right? So you go, oh my God, you didn't get this out in front of this. Fair. Okay? And so then now they come here and they shove it out here, and now this is over here and this is over here. And what happens when that angle gets too great? Okay? Now this side of your spine falls down. Well, once your spine falls down, you have too much side bend here. You're not gonna what? You're not gonna get the club to come into you, are you? You're not gonna be able to power it up. So you're gonna be starting to hit behind the ball, and it's gonna be a mess. So there's a relationship between these two, and it's a picky one, okay? So one, we're just gonna start with learning just to get the basics of separation. So on the lead hand, right, my left, okay, I'm gonna put, right over here by my, right below my belt buckle, right there, okay? And I'm gonna put this one up here on the top, my index finger. So I got these two index fingers here, and then I'm gonna load this into position, and I'm gonna work on keeping the base, right, slightly in front of the top, the base in front of the top. And there's going to be a point if I keep this going where I'm going to go, aha, now this has caught this, right? This has caught this, and then up here, it will pass it. So when I finish to the camera, right, my pelvis will be left of the target. My rib cage will be what? Further left, there, right? So the top will have overpaced this and come around even more, right? So if you start finishing here where you go, ooh, right? Didn't keep this pelvis moving, right? So let's get those 45 on the base, 90 here, and then start unwinding that right there. And then there's impact position right there and come through, right? So just start to work with this relationship between these two, because it is impossible, it's anatomically impossible to get the club from one side of your body on plane over to the other side. On plane, right? Get it from one side to the other side. To get the club to get shallow, okay, get the club to come in, you have to have this relationship right. Too far back you fall, too far fast you come around, and you get it just right, and then you can stripe it. So get this, it's a biggie, so we're just gonna start working on it, right? Understanding what separation is all about and working on those two. See you next time.